Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew.
All right, Desolation. Don's going to talk. Okay.
Desolation Jones. The Biohazard edition. So Desolation Jones. It's kind of like this little bit of a, what would you say, kind of underground, a little bit of, not really fantasy, but maybe horror aspect with a little bit of sci-fi horror mystery. Sure. Because really, you've got a guy who's almost has some vampire-esque characteristics, but he's also a bit of a scientist, it seems like, too. Maybe.
Is he?
Maybe, I don't know. He just maybe looks like that, I feel like, with the stupid goggles. But I think he's got the goggles, though, just to protect his eyes from the ultraviolet light. Probably more the case.
Yeah, because he was experimented on by, like, the MI6 or whatever.
Yes, he was, and maybe that's why, too. He was experimented on, but now he's kind of doing this, like, detective, aspect of doing the murder mystery and being, like, almost a mercenary gun for hire in some cases.
Yeah, he's a private eye, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Living in California, LA or something?
Something on the West Coast, I feel I got.
Because the story is, like, all of the ex-spooks get, like, banished to LA or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like their shtick or whatever.
Yeah.
I did find the main character, Desolation Jones, he feels like every other Warren Ellis like character. He kind of feels like Spider Jerusalem. He kind of feels like, you know what I mean? They all have kind of
Snow.
Yeah, they all have kind of the same sort of vibe to some degree.
Well, speaking of which, though, and some of that, as I'm going through this, the artwork and especially certain areas reminded me a lot of Cassidy.
Oh, okay.
A little bit, too, as I'm going through this.
I can see that.
And so it just seemed like these styles are kind of going together. His style of writing with finding the style of artist. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this guy's going around smoking all the time. Yeah. Kind of a little bit of, he's not all in the know. You can tell, but he doesn't let it on though either. That he's not. And
he's kind of got that badass. It's like, just try and fuck with me, and I'm gonna make you pay for it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he goes into that porn shop, and they what do they try and They try and kidnap him or do something to him.
They were trying to do something with somebody in there.
Or he had the tapes. He
had something.
He had something that they wanted. Some porn.
I think he had some tape about it. Was it Kennedy's assassination?
Something weird. Correct.
So,
and they wanted it. They tried to take it from him.
Oh, it wasn't that though, because it was more porn aspect.
Because the whole story is apparently Hitler had some porn, and somebody stole it from this guy, and so they hire him to go find Hitler's porn.
Yes,
that got stolen.
That's the part I remember. You should have
the Hitler's porn.
Led with the Hitler porn.
That lasted 20 years. Like that stayed in my brain.
Yes,
it's an interesting idea. But then the guy he's trying to get it from has like couple daughters or 3 daughters, and they're kind of in their own little trouble, and so he kind of gets dragged into that sort of mystery. It's a very kind of like Philip Marlowe, kind of Big Sleep, kind of detective thing.
It's kind of got
with
that
like this
weird or whatever you want to say there a little bit.
Yeah, get that vibe. 100%.
Yeah, you definitely do, but I don't know.
So what do you think?
For what it was all right. I like Ellis a lot, so I feel like
even mediocre Ellis is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it's among my favorites of his stuff, but it was probably one of a decent read. But I don't know. I don't know that I feel like I would have to read more about this character though either.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's funny. A lot of what I like about Ellis is he has interesting ideas. He has a lot of cool ideas. And this one didn't have a ton of great ideas. Like it was well done. It was a good kind of detective story, but I didn't feel like it was like bombarded me with these like really interesting ideas like Planetary does or like some of his other works.
I would agree. I mean, it felt like a very standard kind of paint by numbers mystery thing.
Yeah, I agree.
It just had what you could call maybe an interesting lead character, with the whole backstory that was going on there, and you don't get full of whatever's there, but and then it ended, where I guess you could where there's like a bigger maybe conspiracy or things of that nature going on, but you basically kills a character that I don't know that you knew too much about, but obviously seemed to be pretty close to our main character.
Yeah. So cool.